She thought she ordered a husband online, but they sent her something else. The last time I saw her smile for real, it was just for me. The campfire spit sparks into the blackness, each one a tiny star dying before it could reach the real ones. Anya's face was lit in orange and shadow, all sharp angles and soft curves. The freckles across her nose looked like a constellation I used to know by heart. I wanted to trace it again. Most of our friends were back in the main cabin, probably getting wasted. Fucking typical. Anya pays for this whole pre-wedding retreat, a last hurrah before she ties herself to that thing, and they treat it like a free vacation. But then, she never was good at picking people. Not friends, not boyfriends. Look at me, look at him. Well, she said, her voice soft, breaking the comfortable silence. She pushed her glasses up her nose, a nervous habit. This is a little weird. I gave her a half smile. Inviting your fuck-up ex to your bachelorette party? Yeah, I'd say weird covers it. She laughed, a real unguarded sound that hit me right in the chest. It startled her so much the glasses slipped. They tumbled off her face, arcing toward the hungry flames. I moved without thinking, lunging forward, my hand darting into the wave of heat. I snatched them out of the air, the skin on my knuckles screaming in protest. I ended up on one knee in front of her, holding out her glasses like a ring. The air went still. The moment hung there, thick and heavy. Her ex, on one knee, offering her the one thing that helped her see the world clearly. The irony was a bitter pill. Her hand trembled as she reached for them. Her fingers brushed mine, and she didn't pull away. She held on, her touch sending a familiar jolt through my system. With me, she was always a little unsteady. With me, I always felt like I could tear down the world or build it back up again. Then, my blood went cold. Over her shoulder, a figure detached itself from the deeper shadows by his cabin. Valerius. His eyes, the same damn shade of brown as mine, locked onto me. There was no anger in them, no jealousy, just a flat, placid observation like a biologist studying a specimen. Then he melted back into the dark. What? Anya's voice was a whisper. Is he? Did he see? She started to turn. Yeah, I said, getting to my feet. The spell broken. I'm sorry. I should go. This was wrong. A week before her wedding. What the hell was I doing? No, Cian, she said, her voice firm. Stay. And because I could never say no to her, not since I'd lost the right to, I stayed. I watched the tree line, but he was gone. He was good at that. Hiding in plain sight, in doorways, in corners, just watching. Always watching. He didn't fill a space, he consumed it. I didn't go back to my seat across from her. I sat on the log beside her. Our thighs touched. She didn't move away. He thought it was a good idea to invite you, she said, trying to sound casual. Since we've known each other forever. Does he know why we broke up? No, I told him it was mutual. A ghost of the old mischievous Anya flickered in her eyes, the one nobody else ever got to see. You're not scared of him, are you? Why would I be scared of him? He's a lot bigger than you. The words hung there, loaded. I shifted, uncomfortable. I'm just surprised you're marrying a guy you found on some sketchy international matchmaking site. A mail-order husband, Anne. Seriously? Her face hardened. It's not like that. It's an arranged partnership. And don't call me Anne. I should have stopped. I should have just let it go and let her be happy, or whatever this was. But I couldn't. I wanted to see her smile again, the real one. So I changed the subject. You still believe in weird shit? UFOs and all that? It worked. Her whole body relaxed, and she hooked her arm through mine. Oh my God, yes. I found this forum online. It's not about aliens, not exactly. It's different. It's about folklore, changelings, the fae, stuff like that. She leaned her head on my shoulder. It felt so natural, so right. It hurt. The firelight played across her hair, turning the auburn strands to copper. Can I tell you something messed up? She asked, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. You have to promise not to tell anyone. They'll think I'm insane. Promise. I rested my head on hers, watching the embers glow and fade. So this forum, she began, it had this theory. That old folk spells weren't really spells, they were signals. like acoustic keys. Certain frequencies and phrases repeated in a certain order to tell them this location is safe. A beacon to call them in. Call who in? Whatever's out there. The things we used to call fairies or demons. The things that take people and replace them. She sat up, her eyes wide and bright with a strange fire. I found one. A sequence of tones and words. For a changeling. And I did it. A cold dread trickled down my spine. So Valerius, he's... Her smile vanished. What? No. God. Can you? I did it months ago. Right after, you know. I was drunk and lonely and miserable. Nothing happened. It's just a funny, embarrassing story. It's not funny, Anya. It worked. The words were out before I could stop them. I knew there was something wrong with him. How else could you afford this? Him. None of it makes any sense. I saved up, Cien. I saved because I wanted someone who wouldn't leave me. There are certain opportunities here, I said, mimicking Valerius's stiff, oddly accented English. I've heard him say it. Anya, please. Just think. Matteo and I were talking about it. Oh, Matteo. She rolled her eyes, an expression I'd never seen her direct at him before. Matteo was our rock, the one friend who'd been there for both of us, always. Yes, Matteo. He's worried too. He said Valerius is off. The way he moves, the way he talks, it's like he's running a script. Please, Anne, you know I'm right. The gears were turning. I could see it in her face, the flicker of doubt, the war between her heart and her head. Then a shadow fell over us. A hand, impossibly large, landed on my shoulder. His fingers were cold and heavy, pressing down with casual strength. I didn't look up. Being near him was like standing next to a cliff edge in the dark. A single wrong move could be the end. He was a mountain of a man, well over 6 feet, broad enough to block out the damn moon. And the creepiest part? Underneath the sheer scale of him, he looked like me. Not a twin, but a distorted reflection. Same dark hair, same olive skin, same slightly crooked front teeth. It was like someone had taken my face and stretched it over a much larger, much wronger frame. Hello, Cien. His voice was a low rumble that vibrated through my bones. May I sit? I just nodded, my throat tight. He sat on the log between us, the wood groaning in protest. He put his arm around Anya, pulling her close. I stayed for another minute, the silence screaming, before I got up to leave. Stay, Valerius said. It wasn't a request. Keep Anya company. I am going to bed. He leaned in to kiss her. Good night, she mumbled, turning her head so his lips landed on her cheek. I watched him walk away. He didn't go to their cabin. He walked past it, a hulking silhouette swallowed by the trees. Guess he's going home to the mothership, I muttered. Just go, Cien, she snapped, her voice brittle. This isn't okay. He told me to stay. I can be by myself. Doesn't look like it, I shot back, and the instant the words left my mouth, I saw the hurt hit her. And, wait, I'm sorry? That was a shitty joke. He's fine. But she was already gone, storming off to her cabin, leaving me alone with the dying fire and a guilt so heavy it felt like I was drowning in it. Maybe half an hour later, a sound drifted from the woods. Music. It wasn't right. It was the thin, reedy melody from some kind of pipe, twisting through the trees in a frantic, atonal scale. Under it, a drum beat, a broken rhythm, a syncopated limp that made my own heart stutter in my chest. I had to see. I followed the sound, twigs snapping under my feet. The deeper I went, the louder the wrong music became, punctuated by sharp whistles and what sounded like clicks. I pushed through a final screen of ferns, and my breath hitched in my lungs. In a clearing bathed in a sickly green light pulsing from the ground itself, Valerius was dancing. But not the clumsy, deliberate way he walked around us. This was a liquid, hypnotic grace, his huge body moving with a dancer's precision. He was the center of a circle. And the things in the circle, fuck. They might have been people once. Their skin was the color of spoiled cream, hanging in loose folds. Their bodies were all wrong, bent and twisted, with limbs like brittle sticks and bellies swollen tight. Their heads were too large, lolling on thin necks, and their eyes were wide, black, unblinking pools. They were copying him. He'd make a move, a fluid turn, a sweep of his arm, and they would mimic it with jerky, spastic motions like puppets with tangled strings. He was teaching them how to pass. As they danced, a chant rose from their throats, a chorus of clicks and wet, guttural sounds that somehow formed words in my head. Come to us, lonely one. We wear the skin you wanted. We are the answer. I didn't know I was running until the air was burning in my lungs. I burst into Soren's cabin. The air was thick with the smell of weed. He was sitting on the edge of his bed, staring at a blank TV screen, his hands miming a video game controller. Soren, you have to come with me, I gasped, grabbing his shoulder. Something's in the woods. It's Valerius. He's not. We have to get Anya. He didn't turn, just kept twitching his thumbs. Can't. Legs hurt. What? You're just high. This is an emergency, I shook him, hard. Her life is in danger. Where's Matteo? Get Matteo. He left, Soren said, his voice flat, his eyes fixed on the blank screen. Left? He flew out here. Matteo wouldn't leave. He's too cheap to change a flight. I was frantic now, pulling at him. Get up, you lazy piece of shit. I yanked him forward off the bed. He stumbled, his arms windmilling, and then his head rolled back, all the way back. There was a wet, cracking sound, like celery snapping. He was hanging there, his chin pointing at the ceiling, at an angle that wasn't possible for a human neck. He didn't scream. He didn't fall. He just stood there, swaying. Then the voice came. It wasn't his. It was a synthesized, monotone drone that seemed to come from his chest. Unit compromised. Recalibrating motor functions. His head snapped back into place with another sickening crunch. He tried to smile at me, but the muscles on one side of his face pulled his mouth into a grotesque grimace. Can I assist you? I scrambled backward, falling out the door, and ran. The fire was almost dead. Anya was back, huddled by the embers, her arms wrapped around herself. Kien, she said, her voice small, I'm sorry. I was just... Enough. We're leaving. Now. You're in danger. You're scaring me. She got up, backing away from me like I was the monster. Think, Anya, what happened to Matteo? I chased after her, grabbing her wrist. Where is he? I told Valerius to make him leave. He was being a prick, saying the same shit you are. The cheating, the real reason. It always came back to that. My failure. My fault. I know I fucked up, Anne, I pleaded, my voice breaking. I know I destroyed everything. But you can't do this. I love you. Please, just don't marry him. Anyone but him. Trust me. Trust you. Her voice was acid. I gave you everything, Cian. And you threw it away. You don't get to pick who I love now. Hello, you two. Valerius was there. I whirled around, shoving Anya behind me. We're leaving, I said, my voice shaking. Get your bags. No, Anya said, her eyes blazing. I'm sick of being told what to do. Crow and I are leaving. She used his pet name for the first time. She stormed past him. He made to follow. I grabbed the heavy iron poker from the fire pit, the tip glowing a dull cherry red. What the fuck are you? I snarled. He looked at me, a strange, pitying smile on his face, something that waits. Where is the real Soren? Where's Matteo? Where Anya will be soon, he whispered. A better place. I screamed and charged, thrusting the poker at his chest. He caught my wrist, his grip like a vice. The glowing tip stopped an inch from his shirt. I struggled, kicked, punched. It was like hitting a brick wall. I should thank you, Sion, he said calmly, his voice smooth as oil. She wanted you, but better. Loyal, stable. I am the upgrade. All I had to do was not be you, and she fell into my arms. Thank you for being so disappointing. With a final, desperate roar, I broke his grip and lunged, driving the poker home. It sank into his chest with a thick, wet squelch. He didn't even grunt. He just looked down at the poker buried in his sternum, then back at me. A performance was required after all. Anya screamed my name. I looked up just in time to see her running at me. She tackled me from the side. My head slammed against a rock by the fire pit. The last thing I saw before the world went black was Valerius, pulling the poker from his chest as the wound closed like it was never there. I wasn't invited to the wedding. It was a small courthouse thing. I saw one picture someone posted. She wore a simple white dress, her hair up, her glasses on, the authentic look she'd always talked about. Then, nothing. For 3 months, she was a ghost. No posts, no stories, no stories, no stories, no stories, nothing. Until last night. My phone buzzed. It was her. And hey, you stranger, how are you, Jew? Long time no chat, Mian. It's good to hear from you. I was worried. Listen, I'm so sorry about what happened. How are things with him? And the past is the past, Claw. Things are great. He actually wrote a book. I was messaging UGC. It would mean a lot if you checked it out. UGG cheeked it out. UGGU. Me, that's great. What's it called? N. They've always been with us. The blood drained from my face. My fingers felt like ice. Me? Isn't that the name of that folklore book you were reading? And, huh? I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about Yartal, lol, only one book with that name, Yarya. Why did we break up? The little dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. A full minute passed before her reply came through. And, whoa, random question. We just grew apart, I guess. It was for the best.